Can you make the argument that the government should be buying Bitcoin and
Yes.
putting that on their balance sheet?
Yeah, 100%.
Why is the government not getting involved? Why are they simply taking crypto and holding it
Let me
rather
make the
than
argument
actively?
for both sides, right?
Please.
Why should any government be buying Bitcoin? Because it's the single greatest performing asset over the last decade, increasing in value 70% a year, year over year, every year. Like Germany a couple of years ago, there was a great article. You might know the exact numbers, but Germany had like 30,000 Bitcoin or something along those lines, and they sold it right away. They monetized it into their currency, and it was like the worst investment ever made by a government. And by the way, that's a pretty damn low bar, as you know, right? The government should definitely have certain crypto assets on their balance sheet, mainly Bitcoin. And actually, the United States government does, right? You have a lot of forfeitures,
Correct.
and they've taken a great stance saying that we're not selling any of it. You have a lot of countries around the world that are actively buying. If you go to the UAE, if you go to a lot of countries, they are actively putting that in their treasuries. And you look at the Fortune 500 companies, they are actively hoarding Bitcoin. The biggest families, the biggest companies, countries, sovereign wealth funds, and individuals are all hoarding Bitcoin, right? It's why it's been as explosive as it is. And it's funny, people are like, oh, well, Bitcoin's down like 3% now. It's like this time last year, Bitcoin was at like 55,000 or 60,000 roughly. It's had unbelievable explosive growth. Why is the country not just going out and taking billions to go buy it? Because America kind of doesn't work that way. Right? You have sovereign wealth funds in other countries, and they go out and they make investments on behalf of that country. And honestly, I wish America had a sovereign wealth fund. I think it'd be the greatest thing we ever did. But America doesn't kind of work that way, right? America's pretty myopic. You take in tax revenue, you pay the expenses, and you let capitalism in the private industry reign. Most of these other companies, you don't really let capitalism or countries. You kind of let government take every penny they can, invest it on behalf of the country, and then pay out dividends. And so it's America has a little bit of a different way of thinking, and obviously thus far it's served us well.
So what percentage of both of your portfolios are in Bitcoin and or crypto? And for the average person out there, the average listener, what percentage do you recommend that they would have reflected of Bitcoin in their portfolio?
So I have a pretty large percentage of Bitcoin. I am a large owner of Hut 8. Hut 8 has a large owner of American Bitcoin. We hold over 10,000 Bitcoin at Hut 8. We have a lot of Bitcoin we're accumulating at American Bitcoin. We haven't shared the updated numbers yet. But I would say it's really, what is your investment horizon? If you buy Bitcoin, you're buying it and holding it, and you don't need or want that liquidity. And I think that's key. And so everyone has to think about, all right, what percentage of my portfolio can I just buy and hold? Like, Bitcoin is a volatile asset. Over the course of the last decade, it's compounded at over 7% on kind of an average annual basis. And so, but there are years where there's pull downs, and you have to be able to withstand those pull downs and not sell. And so I would say, if you're just kind of passive and you say, hey, I want to dabble, have a couple percentage points, 5%, potentially even 10%, and just hold and leave it and pretend that capital doesn't exist. And in 10 years from today, you'll be very, very happy, right? On the other hand, if you're younger, you're a bit more risk-taking, and you want to build more generational wealth, then you can increase that percentage because you're a large earner and can have new income coming in that you spend instead of your assets.
And also, where do you hold your Bitcoin? Like, do you have it in cold storage? Because I don't maybe want to say exactly. I have mine in Coinbase. I don't know, how secure that is. This is like a very novice question, but for the people out there that want to buy Bitcoin, what's the easiest and best way of doing it?
The amazing thing now, you can buy Bitcoin in 1,000 different ways, right? Go back 5 years, you had to buy it on a ledger, and you had to kind of put it in cold storage. You were buying it mainly on DeFi, and it was a complicated process. It lost a lot of people, and it was hard. Now it's easy. You can go to Fidelity and you can stand up a digital asset wallet in 3 seconds. You can go to Schwab. You can buy ETFs. You can buy American Bitcoin. We're listed. So your stock account, you can literally go buy American Bitcoin on the NASDAQ as of 6 weeks ago when we listed the company, right? You can buy it through most of the financial institutions, and if you can't, you can buy spot ETFs. And if you don't want to do that, you can buy pure plays like us, or you can go to Coinbase, or you can go to a Kraken, or you can go to a Binance, or you can go to 1,000 other places, or you can go back and do it the traditional way and own it on Ledger if that's what you choose to do. But Bitcoin has so many different kind of ways you can own it relative to where we sat 5 years ago. And I think it's one of the reasons that all of crypto has exploded the way it is, because a lot of people just didn't want to go through the hassle. A lot of people didn't want to go through the pain. And now guess what? The market opens up at 9:30 in the morning, and you can put $10,000 into something that you believe in. But I think Asher said it best. There's a lot of people who love crypto and they'll hop in and they'll ride it up, and they're seeing these compounding returns that are insane, 70% year over year, as Asher said. And then all of a sudden it draws down 10% or draws down 20%, right? And they lose their minds. They can only see a one-way arrow. And I think you have to have, they call them diamond hands, right? But like you've got to be able to hold, and you've got to be able to understand that you might have 5-6x the return, but you also might have 5-6x the volatility. And volatility is actually what's amazing in crypto. Go buy the dips, right? The people who have been successful in crypto are the ones who bought in here, rode it up. It might come down, and guess what? They dollar cost average back in, rode it up even higher. It comes down, they buy back in. Buy the dips in crypto, and the people who have done that historically have made an absolute fortune.
How manipulated is the price of Bitcoin? Because I see all of these charts and analysis on Twitter, and they say, oh, this Bitcoin whale just came in and like shorted the market and then bought the dip perfectly and like all of this stuff. And now there's this narrative out there that like someone's behind the scenes, like, being able to influence the market up or down like 10, 20%.
Well, I think it's certainly easier to do with meme coins, right? Than it is Bitcoin. I mean, what's the average liquidity? Michael, our partner, would know this right behind us. Michael, what's the average liquidity of Bitcoin on a 60 billion a day? So, somebody going in with $100 million isn't moving BTC at all, right? And by the way, there are people who take these wild bets. And by the way, I've seen as many go right as go wrong, where somebody goes in with 20x leverage on a BTC bet, right? And then, BTC goes down $1,000 and they get totally liquidated. Like, that's not how you play this game, in my opinion. I would never play the game like that. I really do believe in buying and holding long term. And I think if you buy Bitcoin and you buy and hold and you buy into some of the dips at obvious times and you open up your eyes in a 4 or 5 year period of time, I think you're going to have done exceptionally well.
What's funny is, have you seen the stuff online where people are speculating that Barron is like a secret crypto whale? People on Twitter are like posting that.
Yeah, it was really bizarre is the same tweets that come up about Barron come up about me in the exact same verbiage with the same images, just with a different face. I mean, apparently last week I bought $1 billion yacht. I'm not sure if you saw this.
Oh, how is it?
Hey, I've been really, really busy with Under Siege, so
now this is how you relax.
I guess I just forgot that I bought a $1 billion yacht. I guess I didn't know about that. I don't know the name. I don't know where it's being built. I know nothing about this yacht, but apparently I bought $1 billion yacht last week. And
congrats.
So you guys will be the first guest when we get this.
Thank you.
No, it's a joke. And then I'll see the exact same picture of the same fictitious yacht, and Barron Trump just bought a yacht, and it's. Don't believe what believe credible people. Don't believe what you read on the internet,
That's
right?
what we've come to experience as well.
I think people like to think, though, that Barron's behind the scenes. Like, I see him next to Trump is like, Father, buy now. Or like, Father, time to dump. It is funny. And I think people like is he's a bit mysterious.
Yeah.
Like, if people don't see him.
By the way, Barron's a sweetheart, and he's a great friend of mine. And he's really, I brought him into a lot of the crypto projects that we've done, and he's done great for himself, and we've had a lot of fun doing it together. But I can tell you that I look at those memes and I laugh, right? And by the
They're
way,
hilarious. Yeah.
A meme is meant to be funny, right? I think sometimes I hope serious people or people who are trying to get into a space don't take this crap literally, because I think that's dangerous. And I think, once in a while, the industry has to mature a little bit. And it's matured a lot. I mean, over the last 5 years, it's matured a lot. You have serious people. I am dead serious about replacing traditional finance with cryptocurrency. I'm dead serious about this. This isn't fun. This isn't trading meme coins. This isn't screwing around. This isn't gambling on brands you like. I am dead serious about the rails of what cryptocurrency will do, and having America lead the way. And curing so many of the wrongs that have been perpetrated against so many people, including both of you and me, based on what you just said. And so there's a lot of people. Asher, I mean, he's spending billions and billions of infrastructure, electrical infrastructure, the heaviest gauge wires you've ever seen, behind the biggest energy, formulation. I mean, in the greatest complexities you've ever seen. You look at one of our sites that mines Bitcoin, right? Every one of these computers is literally running underwater. They're all liquid cooled. All the chips are liquid cooled. I mean, this is space age stuff. It's real. It's tangible. It serves an amazing, purpose, and it is the future of finance. There's just no question about it. And you have to be able to differentiate that from the garbage and the meme warriors and the people who haven't left their grandmother's basement in a long time and just want to spew nonsense and make up facts and claim that Barrett and I both bought the same boat for $1 billion last year.
If you've ever been denied a car loan, credit card, or even an apartment because of what's on your credit report, you are not alone. Most people don't even know what's hurting their credit score, let alone how to fix it. That is exactly where our sponsor DisputeBeast comes in. It's an AI-powered platform that helps you find and remove outdated or inaccurate items from your credit report fast.
We're talking things like late payments, old accounts and collections, or even accounts that don't belong to you. Not to mention, how it works is super easy. You connect your credit report and DisputeBeast scans it for negative marks that could be dragging down your score. Then it generates custom dispute letters tailored for your situation, no templates and no guesswork.
You could choose to just download the data and send it to the agencies yourself, or you can use their built-in mail service where they will literally handle everything for you.
It's honestly just really clean and simple to use, and it's built by experts.
So if you're ready to take back control of your credit, go to disputebeast.com/ICH today. There's also a link down below in the description, disputebeast.com/ICH. Guys, they will literally handle everything for you. If you're dissatisfied with your credit, they will do all of the research, let you know what's going wrong, and they will fight for you. disputebeast.com/ICH. Thank you so much to DisputeBeast for sponsoring this clip.